Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's topic, Train Sim World 6, I just want to take a moment to talk to you directly. Right now, I'm working hard to raise money for a better setup. The goal is simple. I want to improve the content I make for you. Better visuals, smoother editing, and new kinds of content. Like building 3D models and learning Unreal Engine, and even creating my own assets and routes for TSW in the future. But doing all of this alone is getting harder and harder, especially without the right tools. If you enjoy my videos and want to help me level up, I'd really appreciate your support. You can donate through Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal. Links are in the description. Every little bit helps. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. All of that helps keep the channel growing too. Alright, let's talk about TSW 6. And for that, let's rewind a bit.
Direct, and you can find that live on our Train Sim World YouTube channel.
The move from TSW 3 to TSW 4 was massive. We got free roam, better lighting, volumetric fog, new creative tools, and a more polished UI. It really felt like a new generation. Then came TSW 5. And honestly, it felt more like a minor upgrade. Sure, we got the free roam improvements, photo mode, and new routes, but for most players, it felt like TSW 4.5, not a true evolution. And now, we're heading into TSW 6, launching sometime around September with a Dovetail Direct event on the 26th of August. This time, Dovetail says, this is the one that we're actually waiting for.
Face it, unlike some games that are waiting for their 6th version, this is the one that you're actually waiting for.
So what it could mean? Let's break it all down. Here's what we know for sure. TSW 6 will support backwards compatibility. Your existing TSW content will carry over for free. There will also be a free upgrade window if you own Train Sim World 5. You can upgrade to Train Sim World 6 at no extra cost. Now, based on how things have worked in the past, it's unlikely that TSW 6 will introduce major new gameplay features unless you're purchasing the new game, some being available only on the DLCs the game will come with. So upgrading the base game alone probably won't bring much new content, unless there will be improvements to the core and tools that doesn't require a specific DLC to run on. However, upgrading still makes sense. You're setting the foundation for future content, and you'll be ready for upcoming DLCs and features that are built specifically for TSW 6. It will launch across Gen 8 consoles, Gen 9, and PC. And honestly, I'm a bit disappointed that they haven't dropped Gen 8 support yet, by still including older hardware. The overall performance and potential of the game could be held back, especially when it comes to loading times, texture, quality, and world detail. What's strange is that many of the recent DLCs didn't even support Gen 8 consoles anymore. So it feels a bit backwards to then release a brand new game that does include Gen 8. If the DLCs were already moving on, why return to supporting older consoles for a full game release? I get that there's still a user base on Gen 8, but it's been over 5 years since those consoles launched. At this point, focusing on Gen 9 and PC would probably give the developers more freedom to push the game forward, both visually and technically. Major DLCs like the DBBR 420, the Santa Fe pack, and the Japanese route have been pushed back, clearly being prepped for the TSW 6 ecosystem. And that brings us to something we kind of already know. TSW 6 almost certainly won't be using Unreal Engine 5. I'm nearly 100% sure about that. Why? Well, there's some pretty solid proof. For example, upcoming DLC is still being developed using the current engine. If Dovetail were planning to switch to Unreal Engine 5 for TSW 6, they'd likely need to rebuild or heavily rework these projects, which would take extra time, money, and resources. So it makes way more sense that TSW 6 will continue on the existing engine. It lines up with what we're seeing and avoids disrupting ongoing development. Just like before, we expect the launch bundles to focus on Germany, the UK, and the USA, the classic starter trio. And just so you know, I've already covered each of those regions and what locos could be coming in dedicated videos. If you want more info, links are in the description. Be sure to check them out after this one. Also, a few months ago, I posted a video in detail, discussing possible features for TSW 6, because I knew it's coming. Things like smarter AI, a more dynamic dispatcher, and randomized events that make gameplay less predictable. If you haven't seen that video, I really recommend watching it after this one. It's linked down below. But now, with TSW 6 getting closer, let's go deeper. Based on what we know and what we hope, let's add at least 2 more big features that could make TSW 6 a game changer. The livery editor, scenario planner, and formation designer are powerful, but they still feel restricted. We need more flexibility, even without mods. Increasing the limits in layers and give more freedom in scenarios will allow creators go wild. Editable text with even more fonts that we currently have would make the creation progress even easier, and a true timeline editor for scenarios. This could open the door for creators to do so much more, especially on console, where modding is still very limited. But these are features that I would like to make a full video based on, so we'll talk about this later. One of the most requested features is route linking. Picture this: you start a service in one route, like Castle Wurzburg, and instead of ending the session, you continue straight into the next linked route. No breaks, no loading screens, just seamless transition. This kind of feature would be huge for immersion and realism. Freight services, in particular, would feel much more meaningful. Would finally give players the feeling of a living, breathing rail system instead of small, disconnected segments. I've talked about this in one of my videos, but what about career mode? This one could be massive. Imagine a real progression system. You start as a trainee, complete tutorials and pass driver exams, work your way up to regional services or express and freight, earn XP, and unlock custom liveries, cab accessories, or rare services. It adds purpose. Right now, TSW is about free-form play. That's great, but for some of us, the game needs goals, something to work toward. A full career system would add depth and reward long-term play. This was a core part of our older video also, and it's still just as important. Right now, the dispatcher logic is limited. It doesn't adapt to delays, it doesn't prioritize trains realistically, and AI often behaves in strange ways. What if TSW 6 introduced real-time rerouting? AI delays and traffic buildup, emergency events and diversions, and timetable priority based on service class, passenger over freight, intercity over regional, and so on. This would take realism to the next level and make every playthrough feel unique. While not officially confirmed, Dovetail usually follows the same structure. Standard edition with a base of 3 routes. A deluxe edition normally includes 5 to 7 DLCs, and special edition, including up to 12 DLCs. Pre-order it often comes with a discount also. No matter which version you buy, if you already own TSW 5, you can upgrade to 6 for free during the first weeks, so don't miss that window. It would be awesome if Train SimWorld added a feature where you play as a railway engineer, fixing tracks, repairing catenary wires, and using special maintenance trains. Imagine exploring every inch of the railway from a whole new perspective. So, is TSW 6 going to change everything? It has potential. With the right features like a real career mode, deeper AI, smarter dispatcher, better creative tools, and connected routes, this could be the update we've been waiting for. But if it ends up being another TSW 5 style update, players might be disappointed. We'll have to wait and see what's revealed on August 26th, Dovetail Direct. I'll be covering the reveal in full, so make sure you're subscribed to stay in the loop. I'm also very interested to find out what new titles might Dovetail come up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, subscribe, drop a like, and let me know in the comments, what's the one feature that would make you say, I need TSW 6? And again, if you'd like to support me, check out the Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal links below. Your support helps me invest in better equipment. And one day soon, maybe I'll be building actual content for Train SimWorld, not just about it. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.